Hey there, friends. I am so excited about the lesson today. We are going to make a bobblehead frog. And so this is just that time of year where you're starting to see all those little baby frogs and toads hopping around, and they'll just get bigger and bigger, and then you hear them at nighttime croaking and making all the sounds. And so anyway, it's just kind of a fun time of year for frogs, so why not? You'll need a couple sheets of paper. If you want to cheat a little and grab some green for a frog or brown for a toad, you totally could. Or like I just have 2 sheets of white paper, and then I've got some scrap paper that I had started to use for another project that I'll need as well. And then, of course, something to draw with, something to erase with, Sharpie if you want, so you can see what or trace all your pencil lines. And then I'm going to be using oil pastels today because I love them. But you guys can use whatever you have around the house. Now, adults, go grab your kids if you want. They will love this project, and it's totally adaptable. Like, my brain's already thinking about what else I can do. Or don't get your kids and just hang out with me. Okay, here we go. I, of course, am going to draw with Sharpie, but you are going to use a pencil. That way, if you have any oopsies, you can erase. Now, trust my process. It's going to be really weird at first because our frog is going to have a body and no head, but it will have a head eventually because remember, we're going to have to add the head in later because it's a bobble head. So I'm going to start with the body of my frog. So I am going to do, and remember, the head's going to be up here, so we have to leave room. So I'm going to do my body down here. So I am going to do a curve line like a frowny face and a curve line like a smiley face. Remember, pause me at any time that you need to, and don't hesitate to rewind as much as you need to if you get a little confused or lost. And please, please watch all the way to the end so you can see how this turns out. Now, our frog needs some jumping legs, right? So I am going to draw curve, curve. Same thing over here. So it's almost like I'm making like an upside down raindrop shape, but not quite. Same thing, curve, curve. So it looks sort of like that so far. Okay. Then for his little feet, we've got to make him some, I need to bring these probably down a little bit further. Okay, I'm going to make like a V, V, V. Same thing, V, V, V. So he's got his like webbed feet, right? And of course, I mean, you could even like put the little circles at the end. That could be really cute, like his little toes. There we go, just like that. And then of course we need our back legs. So we've got he's squatting down, getting ready to launch off his whatever. He could be on a log or a lily pad, whatever you want him on. V, V, connect, and then V, V. I could probably fit another V there on that one. Remember, you are your own special artist, so how you draw this may not be how I draw this. You might have a better way to draw frogs. This is just my example for you to try to help you be as successful as possible. So that's what we have so far. All right. Okay, now think, what is your frog on? Is it on a lily pad in the pond? Is it on a log? Is it in the grass? I don't know. Where do you want it to be? Mine is going to be on a log. Logs are not perfectly straight, so I've got a little bit of a wave to my horizontal line. A little bit of a wave in there. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Then, like I said, we'll do our head later on another piece of paper. Okay. So, I know that out in the pond, depending on where your pond is, there might be what's called, well, we grew up calling them cattails. I don't know what their real name is, but they're like the long, skinny kind of reed type stick, and at the end of it, it sort of looks like a hot dog on a skewer at the end of it, and they're brown. So how fun if we just drew us kind of coming into our scene over here. So I've got a curve, curve, and then we'll do the same thing kind of over here so that it is symmetrical. Curve, curve, and then we'll do us the little cattail part and the cattail part. And really it might wind up being behind the head, but that's okay. And then we'll continue this to a point and then continue that to a point so it looks like that. Now, if you wanted to add anything extra, maybe some flies flying around or some butterflies or something like that, go for it. This is your art. You can make it as special as you want. I'm going to pause the drawing for a minute. We'll come back to the drawing, but I'm going to pause it for a minute. And let's talk about pastels. I love Crayola pastels. They're so easy to color with. They're fairly, they're really reasonable actually in price. And so I enjoy using them. Obviously, look how small my white is. I had to go grab another one from another pack. Because this is art, of course, it can be whatever color you want. There's no right answer, wrong answer. This is your art. You could have a pink frog, purple frog, polka dotted frog, however you want it to be. So I might outline my frog. Now, if you want to pause me for a minute, trace all your pencil lines with Sharpie, and then come back, you can. Although I will say that the oil pastel does kind of cover up the Sharpie, notice. So it's up to you if you want to take the time to trace with Sharpie or not. So I am outlining with a dark green, and then what I'll do is I'll color in with the lime green that's in my package. Now, if you're not using oil pastels, you could totally get the same effect by tracing with marker. Like I could trace with a dark or a regular green marker first, and then I could go in and color in with a lime green marker, or I could color in with crayons. That gives a cool effect. Dark outline and then color in with crayons. Okay, so then before I add my lime green, what if I get a little silly and I give my frog some colorful spots? So we might have some pink, I might have some orange, I might throw in some yellow. Don't have to do this, I'm just being silly. Blue. He's already going to be green, so I don't have to do green. Just like that. And then I could do some purple. There we go, just like that. Ta-da! Awesome. Okay, then just to make, I don't know, give our frog a little funkiness, I'm going to put some brown on the underside of his belly. Kind of real soft. This is why I love oil pastels, because now I can go on top of that, gotta hold it down, with the yellow and kind of blend the yellow on top of the brown, and it gives it kind of this cool effect. Just like that. And work that up. I could even do like an orangey yellow, like that. There we go. And now I can go in with my lime green and start coloring in. Now I try when I color to kind of follow the curve of the line. So I'm going to follow the curve, follow the curve, follow the curve. And as I get to the center, my curve straightens out, and then I curve down, curve down, curve down, curve down, just like that. Awesome. Okay, and then when I start coloring in the legs, I got to be a little more careful because I got to squeeze in between all of these little polka dots that I just made. So if you have a little artist that you're doing this with, you may not want to do the polka dots, or do the polka dots with the dark green, and then you can just color over it with the light green and it won't matter. Again, up to you. I mean, it's a nice challenge and it adds a little extra something if that's what you like. So we'll get this all colored in and start working in between all of these polka dots, just like this. Work, 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 work. Get it all filled in. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. And then once I get this, I will say oil pastels give you a workout. My arm is like burning right now. Okay, so we work, 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 work. Get it colored in, get it colored in. All right. And there we go. Okay, now it's all colored in. Oh, you can't see that very well. So let me show you up close. There he is. Isn't that fun? Kind of looks like jelly beans on his body, but that's okay. And then on the cattails, I am going to do that yellowy orange on the top half, kind of like that. So it's like the light is hitting the top, kind of shining down. And then I will do brown on the under half, like this. There we go. And then I will do white on top, just like this. And kind of really, really blend, 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 and rub it together. And so it kind of all blends in together, and it looks really nice. There we go. Blend, blend, blend. Awesome. And then for the this part, I'll get that part all colored in and really color in right there and color in this part right here and right there. And then I'll do like a little highlight across the top, just like that. And typically I like to try to save black to the end, but I'm going to be careful. Do a little sweep of black on the underside, just like that. So it kind of creates a little bit of a shadow. So this way, I might put a little bit of brown on top of that yellow because that is really yellow. There. So that's kind of cool, right? Our little cattails there. And you don't have to do it like, you don't have to put any yellow. You could keep them brown, or of course you can make them as colorful as you want. And then for our log, I'm really going to trace my texture lines because we know that wood is really rough. So I'm going to really trace those texture lines hard and continue kind of that rough look with the brown pastel. And then I'm going to go on top of, or like in between all of this with the white so that it will, I guess actually, hold on. We're going to do this sort of soft right in here. Soft, 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 soft. To kind of fill it in. Soft, 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 soft. There we go. Soft, 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 soft. Okay, now we can get it all filled in. Just like this. And there we go. Fill it in. And then we'll work in between here and get all of this filled in. And it's okay just to color right over it. And of course, on the knots, I might color a circle, but the rest, it's left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Get it all filled in, just like that. And then, of course, if you need to, you can go back on top with some more brown just to darken it up. Because, of course, the log is not going to be white in spots. Well, if it's a birch tree, which, by the way, are my favorite. Probably because they're different and unique. But I really love trees. I don't know what it is about them. They're strong. They withstand a lot. They provide a shade. They're pretty to look at, especially in the fall. So I just have always been intrigued by trees and really, really like them. Okay, there we go. And I added a little bit of black in there, so I'll show you up close what that looks like with the black texture and the brown and the white. Okay, and then you just have your sky left. So you could do day sky, night sky, you could, you know, whatever you want. So I could totally do like some blue in here, kind of work that around, just like that, make it kind of go through to the other side. There we go. Awesome. And then I could add some purple in there because why not? Now, what time of day this would be, I don't know. Maybe coming on sunsetty, nighttime type sky, but very fun. Here we go. Get that all filled in. Ta-da! Just like that. And then what you could do is you can either continue going back and forth between blue and purple, or you could blend like a peach. Oops. See, that's kind of cool. If you color somewhere you don't mean to with oil pastel, you can use your fingernail, or if you don't have fingernails, use scissors. Just kind of scrape it off of where you got it that you didn't mean to. Anyway, you could use like a peach, you could use a pink, you could use a white. So anything that's a little bit lighter to blend this all together, or you can continue going back and forth between the blue and the purple. That's always an option as well. So if I wanted to use white, it would look like that. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Just like that. And like I said, you are going to get a workout. You are going to do art and you're going to get strong at the same time. Because I am really working this, like, I don't know if you can tell, but the whole table is shaking. Okay, left, right, left, right, left, right. It's really important that you don't go like up, down, diagonal, all of that. You keep all your lines going the same direction. Same direction. There we go. Now, sometimes when you get in close, you might have to turn your lines, but there we go. Whew. Maybe your arm won't hurt as bad because you won't be going up and down. You'll be working flat probably. But you definitely want some of a workout. That means you're using your oil pastels to really blend, 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 blend. Just like that. And then we got to do this corner over here. And then we're about to do the fun part. We're about to do the head, the bobble head. And to attach the bobble head, I'll teach you how to do you probably did it as a kid, the little back and forth crossover thing. So it looks like a little spring. We'll make a little spring to put behind the head. Okay. There is our very cool, neat, blended sky. So I'm going to push these in. If your hands get real messy with oil pastels, you can totally go hop up, wash them because you don't want to smudge on your white paper. Or if you have like a napkin or a paper towel, you can just rub your fingers and get them all clean. So I'm going to turn my paper this and just kind of use this corner over here instead of sticking it right in the middle. Kids do that all the time. They draw something right in the middle and then they wind up wasting all of this paper. So if I just draw over here. Now I'm going to move the bottom of my paper down a little bit because my head is actually going to sit down a little bit on the body, just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make kind of like a big, almost like a big U. So it's going to come around like that. And then we've got to do the eyes on top, right? So big eye, big eye. So it's going to look something like that. Now I know those aren't exactly perfect, but that's okay. Then we'll do circle, circle just like that. And then your kids probably have a special way they want to do the eyes, so just let them do it. I'm going to do the pupil and the shine and the pupil and the shine. So just like that. You could even throw some little eyelashes on there if you wanted to. That could be cute. Then we got to do the little nostrils, so they kind of look like little sideways, upside down almonds sort of shape, right? There we go. Then we can do a big smile, curve, curve. You could even be real silly and put some lips on your frog, just like that. Super silly. Okay, now we gotta color this cuteness, right? And we could even continue some of the pink. Maybe do some yellow, spot yellow. We don't need to do green. The yellow kind of looks like orange. How about blue? Do some blues, a blue spot. And we could do little purple freckles under the eyes maybe. Okay, and then of course we'll do some bright red lips because why not? Bright red lips for our cutesy little frog. Okay, I might even want to put a shine in the eye, so a double shine. There we go. And then of course we did a dark green outline, right? Here it is. We did a dark green outline, just like that. And we did a light green inside, right? So dark green outline on the outside, and then light green on the inside. There we go. So we'll work this all in there, get it all colored in. You got to go a little slower than we did on the body because we got to maneuver around everything. And I'm trying to kind of follow the curve of the face. And if you color like over the mouth, you can't really draw Sharpie on top of oil pastel. It doesn't work so great. But you could use a black oil pastel like to retrace the mouth if you need to make it stand back out again. Oh man, these little freckles are tricky. It's kind of hard to color hard and small. So I'm taking my time. If you accidentally, like I got some green on top of my pink and my yellow, well then I can just go back with my pink and yellow and color on top of those spots again to kind of hide that. So oil pastels are perfect for layering back and forth different colors. Here we go. Awesome sauce. And again, if you get color where you don't mean to, you can just kind of scratch it off and then color back on top of it. So like I smudged some red on accident. There we go. Okay, now very carefully with my scissors, I will go ahead and cut out the head. Thumb on top, fingers on the bottom. So thumb in the circle, fingers in the oval. And then we just turn our paper as we're cutting. Way easier than trying to twist our arm around. Cut around. Cut around. Oh, oopsies. Here we go. Okay, then there we go. Okay, now we have our head. Ah, so cute. I love it. Okay, then, oh, actually, you know what? Instead of using that paper, I could just use this paper. I am going to cut 2 strips. Now, you can be all technical and, like, use a ruler and measure. or you could fold the paper, and a lot of times that will get you a straight cut, but it's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Then, so we've got 2 strips. This is where I confuse the kids a lot, and I don't mean to, I just do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue, okay? The glue is going to go on the bottom strip. I'm going to take the top strip and I'm going to glue it on so it becomes a right angle or a 90-degree angle, okay? You could tell them, you know, if you turn it upside down, it becomes an L, okay? So we've got a right angle. Now the one that had the glue is on the bottom, correct? So I'm going to take the bottom strip, and I know it's hard to tell, but it is the bottom, and I am going to flip the bottom strip up. And then I'm going to now, the one that was on the top is now on the bottom. So I flip it over, flip it down, flip it over. So the one that's on the bottom always gets flipped to be on the top. Bottom, now it's on the top. This one's on the bottom now. Now it's on the top. Okay, so we're just basically making a pattern. Whichever one's on the bottom gets flipped to the top. We go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now every now and then, check your spring. Think about how long it is, because we don't need it to be super long or your head's just going to go whoop and it's going to fall over. So once you feel like you've gotten it a good length, what you can do is cut off the extras. And had I made really thick strips, like maybe an inch thick, that might have been even better because it would have had more, it would have been bigger to hold on to the head. These are kind of skinny. So if you get this on there and you're like, ooh, I don't know if that's going to support it, either A, make another skinny one to go with it, or B, scrap the skinny one and make a thicker one. So cut thicker strips, like about an inch. Now, I see that I've got a little spring, okay? So I'm going to take my spring and I'm going to put glue on one side, really good, and I'm going to stick it to the back of my frog. Squish it on there. Then I am going to rub glue on the back of that guy now. And I'm going to think about, okay, where do I want the head? Do I want it sitting up high? Do I want it down low? Do I want it kind of in between? So think about where you want it to go and then squish it on there. And now, how fun is that? You have a bobblehead froggy. Well, you can't tell when I shake the board, but when I move its head like that, isn't that so cute? Oh my goodness, your kids are going to love it. They are going to love it. Okay, so easy peasy. Think about all the endless possibilities. You could do so many different animals with the same concept. You do the body, and then you do the head separate, and then you attach the head with the cute little spring that you make. So again, like I said, if I had made a thicker one, maybe would have held better, or put 2 on there. Or I could put 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom. But I kind of like this because it really bobbles and wobbles. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Please do all that awesome social media stuff. Like me, share me, spread the word. And stay tuned because, of course, there will always be more videos. So you guys have a super awesome day, and thanks for spending time with me. And, of course, I cannot wait to do some more art with you. Bye, guys.